Welcome you all for today's session. Today I am going to explain about the data mining task primitives. Why data mining task primitives? What is the importance of data mining task primitives? Today I am going to discuss. So data mining task primitives mainly can be specified in the form of data mining query. This data mining query is input to the data mining system. So why this query is given? Because whenever the user want to give the input, the user is going to give the input in the form of the data mining query. That query can be specified the data mining task, which will be given to the data mining system. And data mining system perform the task and send back the result to the user. Such a data mining query is defined in the terms of data mining task primitives, because user is giving to perform any kind of data mining task. He need to represent in the form of the data mining query language, a DMQL. Such DMQL language will be defined using data mining task primitives. What is task primitive? What is meant by the primitive? The primitive is nothing but the essential things, the basic and fundamental things which allows the user to interactively communicate with the data mining system during discovery process in order to mine the interesting knowledge or examine the or finding the patterns in different forms or the different angles. So there are 5 data mining task primitives. Let us see one by one. The first primitive is task relevant data. So we need to select what is the user task. The user need to select the relevant data. What is the task relevant data? It may be either the portion of the database or the set of data where the user is interested. That is nothing but a few attributes. Some of the attributes are important, or the data warehouse dimensions of the interested. For example, suppose let us take university database. It consisting of student database, staff database, library database, accounts database, and the sports database. Let us assume. Now, the user's task is specifying how many students are having more than 90% from past 5 years. Suppose this is the query. So this requires only the portion of the data from the university database. That is nothing but only student database is required, not sports data, not a library data. So that here it is a portion of the database, task relevant. And second one, the set of data which is the user is interested. Suppose I would like to find out in the university database how many users are or how many students are good at sports, good at academics, good at what can we say, that frequently visiting the library. I need to find out. So what happened here? It is related to all the databases comprises in the university, but the interested attributes are only few, related to library few, related to academics, related to the sports. So that the important attributes we have to take. Similarly, the tables, the relevant tables in terms of the data warehouse, the relational tables are called as dimensions. So what are the important dimensions to task relevant data? So like this, we can choose the data. That is a primitive one. So coming to the primitive 2, for my task relevant data, which kind of data mining task is suitable? There are many data mining tasks: data characterization, data discrimination, association rule mining, or correlation analysis, or classification, regression, prediction, clustering, and outlier analysis. There are a number of the data mining tasks are there. Which data mining task we have to apply? That will represented in the primitive 2 type of knowledge. Again, the different algorithms are there for performing these data mining tasks. Coming to the primitive 3, background knowledge. What is background knowledge? It is nothing but domain knowledge, prior knowledge about that particular domain. Suppose I am talking about the university. I have some prior knowledge. So we can also apply that prior knowledge to the current running query, so that the discovery process might be easy. So the background knowledge to be used in discovery process, the knowledge about the domain to be mined useful for guiding the knowledge discovery process. It is just add-on. Background knowledge is nothing but just like an add-on tool. Because of the prior knowledge, my task will become easy. Now, one of such background knowledge is example is concept hierarchy. There are many background knowledges are there, like deduction rules are there, several other background knowledges are there. Here I have given the example called as concept hierarchies. So concept hierarchies are very popular background knowledge which provides help in the discovery process. Here I have given an example of A's attributes. So I'm going to represent the concept hierarchy is nothing but, first of all, concept hierarchy is nothing but representing the data in various levels of abstraction. That is nothing but from low level to higher level of abstraction. That is more generalized to the more specific level. So here I'm representing as a level wise. Let us see, this is the level 0. Level 0 is the all the students. Let us take either students or all the persons. Level 1, we are going to divide it into the youth, middle-aged and the senior. This is the level 1 of abstraction. What kind of user? Level 2, I'm specifically more specific. Age is also given here. Okay, depending upon the requirement of the task given by the or query given by the user, that level we are going to stop the discovery. So the concept hierarchies are very, very useful. Next, task primitive 4 is interesting patterns. So once the patterns will be discovered by using the above 3 primitives, now all these patterns are interested or not. How to segregate which pattern is interested and which pattern is not interested. So we need some metrics are required, some measures are required. Those metrics are called as evaluation metrics for finding the interesting pattern. For example, if we take the association rule mining, there is a support is there, confidence is there, and the lift is a one of the metric. Similarly, for classification and regression, we have information gain for especially decision tree. Information gain is there, Gini index is there, and gain ratio is there. So these are the various kinds of the evaluation metrics. Similarly, Euclid KNN algorithm, Euclidean distance, Manhattan distance, all these are the evaluation metrics to find out the interesting patterns. By using this one, interested patterns will be discovered. Once interesting patterns will be discovered, how to present these patterns? Task primitive 5 will say about visualization techniques, how to visualize the result, the patterns, interested patterns to the end user. There are different methods are there, rules, tables format, charts like bar chart, histograms, or pie charts, line charts, or decision trees formats, cube format, or multidimensional format, or many more other cross tabs. Okay, these are the different forms of the visualization techniques. So based on the user requirement, which one is suitable for that particular task, we have to choose a visualization technique. So these 5 primitives are very, very essential. Let us see at a glance all these 5 task primitives. So the first one is task relevant data. There we have to choose database or data warehouse, the name of the database and how many tables we are taking if it is database. If it is data warehouse, we call it as a dimensions. And conditions for data selection, what are the constraints, how the data is selected, and what are the relevant attributes, because we need to select the task relevant data. And what are the data grouping criteria? If it is employees, department, group by department, like that here also we can apply the group by. Then second task primitive is knowledge type to be mined. So characterization, discrimination, association, classification, and the clustering. Already we discussed about this one in the task primitive 2. So third task is background knowledge. Just now I said concept hierarchies, user beliefs about the relationships. These are the prior knowledge which will help in the mining process. Fourth one is the pattern interesting measures like simplicity, certainty, utility, support, confidence, information gain. All these are the interesting measures based on the what kind of data mining task we are using. Based on that one, we can choose the relevant pattern. Next one is how to present. The fifth task primitive is visualization. So just now I explained about what are the various forms of the visualization techniques. This is the overall representation of the 5 task primitives. With the help of these 5 task primitives, now the DMQL query language, the syntax will be written as per how many tables you have taken, how many attributes we have taken, what is the mining techniques we are going to represent. So once we prepare these task primitives, then it is easy to write a data mining query language. That query language, using that query language, user is interacting with the data mining engine or the data mining server that process data mining task, and the result will be given back to the user. So this is the importance of the data mining task primitives in the data mining system. Thank you.